You outline a feature, you schedule the planning meetings, your engineering team spends 6 months clearing Jira tickets to build it, and when it finally launches, your users completely ignore it. There is a framework designed to bypass that entire cycle. It's called a design sprint, and it compresses months of planning, coding, and testing into a single 5-day workweek. Developed at Google Ventures, this system was built to stress test high-growth startups, identifying critical product flaws before anyone starts writing expensive code. To run a sprint, you need 3 things: 5 calendar days fully cleared of outside distractions, a small team of experts from different departments, and a dedicated room covered in whiteboards. By strictly enforcing that timeline, a team replaces a costly build-it-then-test-it routine with a fake-it-then-test-it model. Step 1 starts on Monday. Your team's objective is to map out the entire problem space and select one specific, high-risk target to focus on for the week. Instead of debating abstract ideas around a table, you physically break the problem down on a whiteboard. This prevents the team from trying to solve everything at once. By Tuesday, the focus shifts to generating solutions. Here, the sprint relies on a concept called working alone together. Traditional group brainstorming has a serious flaw. The person with the loudest voice or the highest title usually wins the argument, regardless of the quality of their idea. To fix this, everyone sketches their own proposed solutions in total silence. The ideas have to be concrete, highly detailed, and self-explanatory. Replacing verbal pitches with silent sketches ensures that decisions are driven by the logic of the drawing rather than the charisma of the person pitching it. On Wednesday, the team evaluates the competing sketches. To avoid groupthink, members use dot stickers to silently vote on the most promising elements on the board. Debates are kept strictly timed. Then, a designated decider makes the final call on exactly which solution the team will pursue, ending the discussion. Those winning sketches are then translated into a step-by-step storyboard. This maps out the exact sequence of events the user will experience. Thursday is dedicated entirely to building the prototype so that it is ready for testing by Friday morning. You must absolutely avoid writing real code or building functional backends. Your prototype only needs to be a facade. By linking together presentation slides or UI mockups using basic design software, you create an interface that behaves just like the real thing when a user clicks through it. The backend doesn't exist, and the data is completely fake. But the illusion is high fidelity enough to elicit a genuine practical reaction from the person using it. Which brings us to Friday, the day of truth, where your facade meets the target customer. The setup is simple. You conduct one-on-one interviews, place the prototype in front of the user, give them a broad task, and just watch how they interact with it. You cannot test this on your friends, your family, or random people at a coffee shop. You must heavily screen your participants to ensure they fit your exact target audience. Now, data-focused engineers often argue that you need massive A/B tests with thousands of users to prove a concept works. This chart plots the number of usability problems found against the number of test users. The data reveals that after just 5 user interviews, you will identify 85% of all usability issues. Running tests with a massive user base gives you raw statistics, but observing just 5 real people shows you why an interface fails. You get exact, actionable fixes before deploying a single line of code. By 5 p.m. on Friday, the sprint is over. Your team hasn't spent a dime on heavy engineering, but you hold hard, undeniable data on how the market will react. You achieve one of 3 distinct outcomes: confirm a success, identify an easy fix, or dodge a dud, erasing months of wasted effort. The sprint framework replaces speculative planning with 5 days of concrete evidence, removing the need to guess what your users actually value. Are you going to spend another 6 months in planning meetings, or are you going to test a prototype by this Friday? Subscribe to Lazy Reader to build faster.